Happy Saturday, everybody, from Big Bear. I talk a lot in my videos and my comments, my posts, and to people about pulling in light. And I was even on Maria Menounos the other day, and in the essence of time, I wasn't able to explain what that meant, even though, I did this quick little thing. But it's such a useful tool for everybody, especially right now in this pandemic, because light does heal. And it's available to us at all times, and it's free. And we are light bodies, so we need light. We need light as much as we need oxygen. And of course, we can think of the sun as light. But what I know that Spirit taught me about 4 years ago is that when we breathe in, we're breathing oxygen in for our physical body, but we're also breathing light in for our energy body, etheric body, which is why my practice is called etheric medicine. So I'm going to teach today what Spirit taught me 4 years ago. And suddenly they called it earth, sky, masculine, feminine, which is really cool, because not only is it calling in the light, pulling in the light, but it's also balancing masculine and feminine, which is something we all need to do, no matter who we are, so that we can go out into the world balanced and powerful. You can start at your feet or your head, depending, like if you're super in your head one day, or something's upsetting, or you're worried, or right now you're anxious, so like the rest of the world. So I'm going to start with my head. But first, you want to stand, like really let your weight of your body fall into your feet. So you're fully feeling the earth against your feet. It doesn't matter if you're in the house, it doesn't matter if you're in the grocery store, it doesn't matter where you are. You want to kind of roll your shoulders back, put your head up, and I like to come into this pose first, and I always say, God, give me light. And then you want to do this first thing in the morning, right when you put your feet on the floor. And say earth and sky, masculine, feminine. And you want to start pulling. I always just automatically take my hand, and you start pulling with your breath. Make sure, really get into this with your breath a lot. So many people, we hold our breath, especially survivors, or people with anxiety. We don't even realize we're holding our breath. So it's super important. And always, it's kind of a funny thing to say, but if you've ever smoked a bong in your life, it's sort of the same imagery where the light is going to be swirling as you pull it in with your breath, right? So pull the light in, and if you're having a hard morning or a hard night or a hard day, because you can do this all day long, as many times as you need it, you want to just take the thoughts that aren't yours, just say, remove any thoughts that are not mine, toss them off to allow them to be transmuted, and they'll come to you. The thoughts will come to you. You don't even need to think them. And then when you feel like you've cleared those, you can just fill that space with gratitude. Think of anything that you're grateful for. I'm so grateful that I have a home. I'm so grateful that I have everything I need. All my needs are met. I have food. I have so much more than a lot of people. For me, I'm grateful for my faith and for life purpose. And then you're going to continue pulling the light. Clear your throat, for women especially, and I know a lot of men too, but for women, we want to throw off anything that is keeping us from using our voice, the blocks that are keeping us from using our voice. Pull the light through, let it even sort of just swirl around in there if need be. If you're having a hard time with that, if you're recognizing that you're having a hard time speaking your truth. My favorite. Pull it into your heart. Pull God's light into your heart and your heart space. And I just love to put my hands here and just love on myself. And I even say, I love you. I love you, Bobbi. Always let it just swirl here. It's so important. If you've got any health problems, right? If you've got density, you know, this is helping you clear density, get your flow rolling, even if you're sick, even if you have cancer, even especially if you have cancer, especially if you have illnesses. Take your time with the light. Let it swirl in here, because you're really clearing your light body by doing this. You're helping the stagnation move through. So anywhere you have pain, anywhere that you have illness, I call density, let it swirl, break it up, use your mind, envision that you're just pushing it right through, you're sending it light, because where there's light, darkness cannot be. That's just a fact. So when you get it here to your belly button, your power source, the masculine energy, it's going to swirl. And this is what Spirit taught me. It swirls clockwise. For some reason, that's very important. So, shoo, 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 right? And then I always just take my hand like that, and I move to the earth, feminine energy. I pull it up through my feet. Anything that hurts, you know, if you've got arthritis or if you've had an injury, you know, because there's going to be density there. Pull it in. Pull it in. Take as long as you want, or, you know, this can also be done pretty quick. But in the essence of time for this video, I'm just going to pull it up because I think you get the idea. But you really want to use your breath. Be dramatic about it. And women, men, like, let it resonate here. Just like love on this. Move it around. Swirl it. Toss off any emotional injuries you may have stuck in there, or anything, shame, you name it. This is a really good one for a lot of women that I work with. Toss it off. All this, and when it comes and it meets the masculine, it rolls in there clockwise with the masculine, feminine energy swirling, and then you just literally put your hands down. And you'll feel the energy, and it's kind of funny because it feels like you've had too much salt or something. You know how that is, where you're just like, oh my God, my rings are tight or whatever, but that's the energy in your body. Breathe in the balance. Take a minute if you have it. And then I always say, God, guide me. Thank you so much for leading me to life purpose. Continue guiding me. God, my guides, thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be in service. And if you feel like you haven't yet found your life purpose, ask every single morning, God, guide me. Guide me to life purpose. Guide me through healing. I'm paying attention. I'm going to choose to have faith in you and faith in my guides. Because why does that hurt, right? Even if you don't believe, I always say, even if you don't believe it, it's still the truth. So lean in on it. It won't hurt you. It can only help you. And then you go into your day